I came to this treehouse for peace to escape the city and disconnect from technology. The plan was simple. A few days alone in the forest, just me and the trees. The treehouse was small, perched high in an old oak with a wood stove and a single window. My first day was perfect sunlight through pines, crisp air, and the sound of birds. I gathered firewood, feeling calm and content. But as dusk fell, the air shifted. A cold wind swept in and the sky turned heavy gray. I retreated inside, watching the peaceful forest grow menacing. My supplies were basic, a little food, some water, and firewood. I hadn't packed for trouble, just comfort. The temperature dropped fast. Snowflakes began to fall. Gentle at first, but I sensed this was only the beginning. I told myself to stay calm. Panic is the real enemy out here. I checked the window. The forest was vanishing behind a curtain of white. I braced myself for a long, uncertain night. The silence I'd come for was gone, replaced by the first whispers of a storm. I had to prepare, fast. The real test was about to begin. The gentle snow exploded into a blizzard, wind howling and shaking the treehouse. The world outside vanished in swirling white. I was trapped in a wooden box, suspended in chaos. My first priority, warmth. I stuffed clothes into window cracks and rationed firewood. The stove was my lifeline, but I had to use it sparingly. Water was running low. I melted snow in a pot on the stove, boiling it for safety. Each small task, melting snow, feeding the fire, gave me purpose. I layered every piece of clothing I had, even using socks as gloves. The cold was relentless, seeping through walls and clothes. I couldn't risk falling asleep and letting the fire die. I set alarms to wake every 20 minutes, adding wood and checking the stove. The blizzard raged on, the treehouse creaking with every gust. I focused on survival, one small step at a time. The storm outside was wild, but inside I fought to keep order. I was alone, but not helpless. The night stretched ahead, uncertain and cold. I was determined to make it through. Night brought total darkness, broken only by the flicker of the stove. The wind screamed and groaned, shaking the treehouse with every blast. I tried not to think about how high up I was, focusing on my routine firewater stay awake. Then a new sound. A heavy scratching on the wall outside. My heart pounded. What animal braves a storm like this? I grabbed my small axe, standing ready, listening as the scratching moved, then stopped. A heavy thud below. Whatever it was gone. But the fear lingered. I realized I was just a visitor here, surrounded by wildness. The rest of the night was a blur of exhaustion and vigilance. I fought off panic, telling myself the sun would rise. The cold seeped into my bones, but I kept moving, kept tending the fire. My world had shrunk to this tiny room, this moment. I counted the hours, waiting for dawn. The storm outside was fierce, but inside I clung to hope. Survival was a series of small victories. I just had to last until morning. At dawn, the wind calmed and the world outside was transformed, silent, white, and still. The blizzard was gone, replaced by breathtaking peace. I'd survived the night, cold, tired, but safe. Relief and pride washed over me. The storm had tested me, but I'd kept the fire going, made water, and stayed calm. Nature is beautiful, but demands respect and preparation. The most important lesson? Keep a clear mind. Panic wastes energy. Focus on immediate needs. Warmth, water, shelter, even a simple retreat can become a survival test. Always pack extra food, water, and warm clothes. This wasn't the escape I'd planned, but it was a valuable experience. I learned my own strength and resilience. Basic survival skills matter. You never know when you'll need them. Respect the wilderness, prepare for the unexpected, and you'll weather any storm. The morning silence was my reward, a reminder that after every storm, there is calm.